My name is Amy. I'm a Needham resident, a mom, a community banker, and someone that cares about affordable housing. And the reason I care about it is I think about the environment that my son is going to grow up in. I want it to be balanced, I want it to be diverse, and I want him to not live in a complete bubble. So the other day, I went to grab a sandwich totally on a whim, and I started talking with the woman who owned the deli and the woman standing at the counter, and we realized we had all these similarities. I was from New York, she was from New York, we both had 7-year-olds at Newman. And I said, oh my gosh, who is your kid? And she shared with me who her daughter was. And believe it or not, her daughter was in my class. And I said, oh my gosh, this is great. Let's get together. Let's have a play date. And I noticed that her body kind of shifted and she said, okay. And I said, oh, where do you live? And she said, Needham housing. And later I reflected on that because usually when someone says, hey, where do you live? You think about a street. And to me, when I think about another mom who's just like me, and that was her answer, it lets me know that people still carry a stigma around this. And that's not needed in today's time. I want to make that better for her. And I want to help other people in our community feel more balanced and have more housing options. As a community banker and someone that has dedicated her career to working low moderate income and focusing on affordable housing, I'm not even doing the business in my backyard. I look at the robust systems that are out there for housing and how we help people get into sustainable, whether it's rental or even home ownership opportunities. And when I look at where I've actually spent most of my efforts, it's in places like Boston. It's in more what you call gateway cities. That's where you see more opportunity. But when you start to look at other towns and you look at the numbers and the percentages of actual affordable housing opportunities, the numbers are so dismal that when someone said to me, how much do you do in Needham? Like, how much affordable business are you doing? I laughed and cried almost because it was none. I haven't had that opportunity yet to work on a home ownership opportunity, and we should be doing more of that. So many people talk about home ownership as a way to work against the disparities and the gaps, right? The wealth gaps. We love this town. We can do better. We can all come together and actually do it. I've seen it happen in other towns, and there's no reason you can't model that out. When I think about Needham today and the Needham I want to see in the future, it does have a more diverse environment. And what I mean by that diversity is socioeconomic, different incomes, different cultures, different languages, all of it. All of it. That's the beauty of, let's call it the melting pot. It's all the categories. But with housing, we often see it focus on socioeconomic. We know the trend right now and it's not sustainable. We really need to think about entry-level housing, mid-size housing, downsize, again, all of it. It all needs to come together if we're gonna make Needham what we want.